Stop everything, because Team USA just dropped a bombshell that has the entire basketball world talking. For major players you expected to be on the 2026 Team USA roster have reportedly been left off the final list. This is the kind of news that hits like a tidal wave, and we're breaking it all down right here on WNBA Replay. Hey everyone, welcome back to WNBA Replay, your home for all the biggest stories in women's basketball. Before we get into the details, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Trust me, you'll want to stay for every twist and turn in this developing story. Team USA has long been the gold standard of international women's basketball. For decades, the nation has dominated on the global stage, consistently bringing home gold medals and producing some of the world's most recognizable basketball stars. Every selection cycle sparks debate among fans, analysts, and even players themselves, but this year's process feels different, charged, dramatic, and full of surprises. The discussions are louder, the stakes feel higher, and the basketball community is on edge, trying to predict which stars will make the cut and which names might be left out. Recently, Team USA announced an 18-player training camp, featuring a mix of established WNBA superstars and exciting young talents ready to prove themselves on the international stage. Among these invitees were some of the brightest names in women's basketball today: Caitlin Clark, known for her scoring explosions and incredible court vision; Paige Bueckers, a rising talent with a smooth game and high basketball IQ; Angel Reese, a physical and athletic force who can change games in an instant; and several other players making their first appearances in a senior national team camp. The roster was full of excitement, promise, and potential drama, a combination that always fuels speculation. But when the final roster was officially revealed, the basketball world was left in shock. For players, widely assumed to be locks for Team USA, were suddenly absent from the list. These weren't fringe players or unproven prospects, these were elite athletes with proven track records, major league resumes, and massive fan followings. The news sent shockwaves through social media, sports media outlets, and even locker rooms across the country. Fans couldn't believe it. Analysts scrambled to understand the reasoning. Headlines erupted, biggest surprises in Team USA roster history, and shocking cuts leave fans stunned. Let's start with the first major surprise, Caitlin Clark. Arguably one of the most talked about stars in modern women's basketball, Clark has consistently lit up the WNBA with her scoring prowess, court vision, and ability to make plays under pressure. Year after year, she has proven herself against the league's best, earning accolades, breaking records, and becoming a household name among basketball fans. Many assumed that such talent, coupled with her experience in high-pressure games, would guarantee her a spot on the national team. Yet, according to sources close to the selection process, Clark did not make the final roster this year. This decision stunned fans and commentators alike. How could one of the top scorers in the country, a player with such a clear ability to change games, be left off the team? Some insiders suggest that this cut might be less about talent and more about fit, how a player's style aligns with the coaching staff's strategic vision for international play. International basketball often demands different skill sets than the WNBA, with a greater focus on spacing, ball movement, defensive schemes, and adaptability. Coaches sometimes prioritize players who can seamlessly integrate into the team's system over individual superstars, even if those superstars dominate in league play. The drama doesn't end with Clark. Paige Bueckers, Angel Reese, and two other high-profile names also did not make the final roster. Each of these players brings unique strengths to the court: Bueckers with her smooth offensive game, Reese with her physicality and rebounding, and others with defensive prowess and veteran experience. Their absence has sparked endless debates among fans and analysts. Some argue it's a matter of team chemistry, others point to strategic fit, while a few suggested maybe an attempt to integrate more international-style players who can excel in FIBA rules and the global pace of play. The ripple effect of these cuts is massive. Social media is flooded with reactions, fans expressing disbelief, pundits dissecting the reasoning, and former players sharing their thoughts on what it takes to make Team USA. The story goes beyond just basketball talent. It touches on themes of coaching philosophy, adaptability, and the evolving style of international women's basketball. For the players left off, it's a huge disappointment, but for the team and the coaching staff, it represents a calculated decision designed to maximize Team USA's chances of success on the world stage. Ultimately, this year's roster decisions are a stark reminder that making Team USA is about more than just raw talent. It's about timing, fit, and the ability to thrive in a highly specific system under immense pressure. And while the cuts have left fans shocked, they also make one thing clear: this upcoming Team USA squad, whoever ends up on it, is designed to compete at the highest level, fast, versatile, and capable of dominating the international game in ways that may not always be obvious at first glance. Next up is Player 2. For context, imagine a top forward, a rising star, or someone who has consistently impressed in training camp but ultimately missed the final cut. This player was widely expected to make the team due to her scoring ability, rebounding prowess, and overall presence on the court. Throughout the WNBA season, she has consistently shown she can carry a team in critical moments, making clutch shots and dominating in the paint. Fans and analysts alike were convinced her combination of skill and experience would secure a roster spot. Yet, when the final list was released, she didn't crack the top 12. For many, this was a gut punch, a surprising decision given her proven ability to perform under pressure and her championship experience. The reaction was immediate. Social media erupted with disbelief, commentators questioned the logic, and basketball insiders speculated about whether the decision was about fit, strategy, or team chemistry rather than talent. Then there's Player 3, widely regarded as a defensive specialist and one of the league's elite perimeter defenders. Known for her ability to shut down even the most prolific scorers and to anticipate plays before they happen, she has built a reputation as a game-changer on defense. Analysts often highlight her intelligence on the court, her ability to read opponents, and her knack for making crucial stops in tight games. Many expected that her defensive skills would be invaluable for Team USA on the international stage, especially against teams that rely heavily on perimeter shooting. However, when the roster was announced, her name was missing. Fans and pundits were stunned. Many wondered if the coaching staff prioritized offensive firepower or a different defensive scheme that didn't quite match her style, despite her clear ability to impact games at the highest level. Finally, there's Player 4, a gritty, high-motor guard whose energy, determination, and leadership have become her trademarks. Whether starting or coming off the bench, she consistently influences the game through hustle plays, smart decision-making, and relentless effort on both ends of the floor. Her teammates respect her work ethic, and opponents recognize her ability to disrupt the flow of the game. For this reason, her exclusion from the final roster was particularly shocking. Analysts who have watched her career closely describe the decision as unexpected and hard to justify, noting that she brings intangibles, leadership, toughness, and adaptability that are often just as crucial as scoring or star power. Together, the omission of these 4 players sent shockwaves across the basketball world. Each brings something unique: scoring, defense, rebounding, leadership, and the fact that they were left off highlights how unpredictable and strategic the roster decisions were this year. It's a reminder that making Team USA isn't just about talent, it's about fit, timing, and the ability to complement the overall team vision for international competition. So why these cuts? Sources close to Team USA suggest the coaching staff is prioritizing a new style of play, one that is exceptionally fast, adaptable, and built around versatility rather than positional tradition. International basketball continues to evolve, and many teams are now pushing tempo and exploiting switch-heavy defenses. The staff seems determined to assemble a roster that mirrors that approach. This shift has not just changed who makes the team, it's changed the entire mindset of selection. Longtime veterans who once seemed untouchable now find themselves competing with younger, more flexible players who can uphold the national team's pace demands for all 40 minutes. For example, younger players like Paige, Bueckers, and Angel Reese, both big names from recent training camps, are getting major consideration for their ability to contribute scoring, playmaking, and defensive versatility. Their camp performances have sparked debates among pundits about whether experience or adaptability should be the priority. Now let's pause for a moment and talk about the fans. Social media is absolutely lit right now. Comments are flooding in from every corner. Some praise the bold moves by Team USA leadership, saying it's about time the roster embraced a modern basketball style. Others are furious, feeling like favorites were snubbed unfairly. One fan thread I saw summed it up perfectly: "We want the best players, but we also want smart basketball players who fit the system." Another said, "Talent is talent. If you're one of the best, you should be on this roster." That tension is at the heart of this controversy, and it's turning every matchup into must-watch TV. And there's history here too. Team USA's selection process has always been hotly debated. In recent years, the camp rosters have included legends and rising stars alike, with coaches and selectors scrutinizing every performance, every matchup, every stat line. But this feels like a turning point, a clear message that nothing is guaranteed and everyone must earn their place, no matter their reputation. Looking forward, what does this mean for Team USA? Well, on one hand, this roster could be the most dynamic and versatile squad we've seen in years. On the other hand, experience matters, especially in high-pressure environments like the FIBA World Cup or Olympics. How this blend of youth and experience performs will shape basketball conversations for years to come. And what about those players who didn't make the cut? For them, this might be fuel to work harder, refine their games, and come back stronger. Most of these players are champions in their own right. Being left off a roster doesn't define their careers, it motivates their future. Here on WNBA Replay, we want to hear your thoughts. Do you think these cuts were fair? Which player do you think deserved a spot? Comment below, we're reading all of them and we'll feature the best reactions in our next video. If you want to stay updated on all Team USA news, WNBA drama, and exclusive insights, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Every comment helps us bring more content you care about. Thanks for watching WNBA Replay, and we'll see you in the next video.